Jurgen Klopp confirms serious injury for Liverpool in the League Cup final. Liverpool now said to be considering hiring a world-class coach for £9 million as negotiations take place. Welcome, my fellow supporter, to your Reds News channel. Subscribe to the channel to stay well informed. Let's get to the video. Jurgen Klopp has confirmed that Trent Alexander-Arnold will certainly miss the League Cup final against Chelsea, and Dominik Szoboszlai is also unlikely to return in time. The right back was substituted at halftime during Liverpool's victory over Burnley after aggravating a knee injury, while the Hungarian missed the Reds' last two matches due to a recurrence of a thigh tendon injury. And although Szoboszlai faces a remote chance of being fit for the decisive match at Wembley on February 25th, Klopp confirmed that Alexander-Arnold will not be fit to return before the game. How serious? Yes, again, it's a super intense period of the season. "I think people are thinking about the final now, which is absolutely fine," said the German. "But before that, we'll play against Brentford and Luton. Of course, I haven't thought a second about the final yet, but I thought, oh, he can't play in the final. Yes, that's a game. But before that, we have two games. It's so bad that they can't play. I think with Dom, it will be around that time. We'll see how it works out exactly. With Trent, maybe another week or two. It's not great. I'm not sure if Dom has a chance to make it to the final. Maybe. And Trent will probably be behind. Alexander-Arnold and Szoboszlai only recovered from the original knee and hamstring injuries at the end of January, before the recent setbacks at the beginning of the month. With the duo sidelined again, Klopp defended Liverpool's medical department by insisting that the club did not force any of the players to return to action too early. "I think we need to clarify a bit," he said. "I wasn't really aware of this, but I got the news that there was a discussion about whether we could have forced Trent to step back due to two setbacks. That's true, and it's really unfortunate, and no one wants that. But different cases, different scenarios, and as long as I'm here, we never force anyone to step back, and we never will. We work in a high-performance area. If you have the same injury, you'll be fit after 3 days, and the guy after 4 weeks because they'll have to run. Things like that, whatever the injury. It's always about that. We always try to catch the first moment, but when we catch that moment, no one talks about it. Like recently with Maka and with Diogo. That's the work we have to do. But the final decision is always the players. If you just listen to the player, he would play again after 2 weeks, and that would be a real problem." Mo Salah will officially return to Liverpool's squad for the upcoming match against Brentford in the Premier League. The number 11 shirt suffered an injury during his participation in the AFCON for Egypt, missing the remaining games of the competition. The former Roma player has scored 27 goals in as many games this season, across all competitions. It must be said that Liverpool has performed very well without their attacking talisman. Diogo Jota and Darwin Núñez in particular have contributed significantly in terms of goals in Salah's absence. But make no mistake, having our Egyptian king back in action before a visit to the Gitech Community Stadium is significant. We expected the 31-year-old to be limited to a special appearance in London, given the recent nature of his return to training, but it's news we wholeheartedly welcome. Liverpool could hire Roberto Di Zerby from Brighton this summer by paying a release clause. This is according to Sport in Spain. So what's the latest news about Roberto Di Zerby as Liverpool shows interest? Let's take a look. Well, according to Sport, the Italian actually has a release clause of €10 million, around £9 million, written in his contract at Brighton, as well as an agreement that he cannot leave mid-season. The Seagulls are trying to increase the value of this clause up to €15 million, about £13 million, by extending Di Zerby's contract, which expires in July 2026 until 2027. However, Brighton has made little progress in negotiations for the renewal, with Liverpool considering the Brescia player as a replacement for Jurgen Klopp. Fabrizio Romano recently stated that Liverpool has held internal discussions at Anfield about hiring Di Zerby, whom Levi Colwill called world-class, after he became one of Europe's most talented coaches. The 44-year-old coach has accumulated 23 victories in 56 Premier League games in charge of Brighton, while also guiding the Seagulls to the UEFA Europa League round of 16. Di Zerby is not the only coach considered by Liverpool. A report from Foot Mercato in France states that the Reds actually inquired about hiring Xabi Alonso. Interestingly, Liverpool wouldn't have to pay a penny to Bayer Leverkusen if the Spanish coach ended up replacing Klopp this summer, as there is no release clause in his contract with the Bundesliga team. This was confirmed by Fernando Caro, CEO of Bayer Leverkusen, who told TalkSport, "A release clause for Alonso? No, you don't need one. We have a very good relationship with him, and he knows we are a club that takes things very seriously. We won't force anyone to stay here if they don't want to. We want him to feel happy with us so that his only desire is to stay." Keep an eye on this situation, as Ruben Amorim from Sporting has also been mentioned alongside Alonso and Di Zerby. Thank you very much for watching until here. Until next time.